Okay, we're back in Legend of Heroes, Trails Through Daybreak, and I kept saying I wanted to show off the Mare Law thing. That is a separate holocore. I believe it has the, what difference is the boost, I should say. It should still rank up and everything the same as normal Mare, but the difference is this gives you a passive CP gain per turn. I don't know if it's like Van's turn or Aaron's. I didn't really look into that. It has a massive defense buff. In all seriousness, if you look 56% towards your defense and arts defense compared to 22 normally. Still has the 16% strength in arts and speed. Attacks on a little movement +2, it's not really a big deal. And then physical damage and magic damage, so you do get less regen. That's the one drawback for it. Oh, you also lose that on the evade and the crit, I should point out. Now, because of the evade and the crit, I'm going to keep normal Mare here. But, like, if we run into a really rough fight where the damage numbers are insane, I'm just going to pop this in so I can go tanky. But otherwise, we have this one to reduce art cast time and boost magical damage. As you can see, this is going to be decent for the guy we're going to meet soon. And then that one, I don't really like the fact, like, this is horrible on Van because he's meant to be the tank of the team. That one gives you HP after acting compared to each turn. I need to test that while I'm playing to see, but I'm pretty much low on Sepith and stuff, so we just need to move forward. So by patrol they mean just look around. You don't have a very specific objective.
How is it this late?
What have we here? Carrots, potatoes, artichoke. What else was there? Can you hold more for me, Harry? I was going to buy some milk and a baguette for breakfast. Hey, come on, Mark. Let's go. What are we doing? What are you doing over there? Dinner soon. We're going to leave you behind if you don't catch up. Harry and I have been getting the groceries together recently. He's really strong, so he carries most of the bags. Kinda jealous. But I make up for it in smarts. He always forgets what to buy at the store, so I've got that on him. I've been living with Sheena's family for about a month now. It's so fun being able to play with her every day, and we get to do the shopping on the way home, too. Sheena's got a really good memory. She always remembers what we need to get after we're done playing. Sheena and Harry have been going to the grocery store all by themselves lately. They kind of remind me of Mom and Dad. Wonder if they'll buy some candy, too. What's Eddie going and got himself into now? I heard he was in some kind of incident. How much more does he want to make his poor mom worry? Just wish he'd come back home and talk to me for once in his life. Though I know he wouldn't listen to a damn thing I have to say.
Looking is always free, you know. Come back for more anytime.
Did I come in this house earlier, or was there just no one here? Because I know Jess was out at the market. And I think Raymond was at the floral shop, so I think it was probably empty. Wait, what? Why me? You don't want someone else to draw the jacket cover? Yeah, I want it to be you. It has to be. Look, I get I drew a lot back in school, and it'd be fun to do some promo art like that, but... Jess? Man, it bugs me when he goes all quiet out of nowhere. Just can't tell what he's thinking. This could make or break his new record. It's a really big deal. Am I really the right guy for the job? Give me some time to think it over. I don't know what to say. Alright, I just don't see anyone else being fit for the job. Stubborn as ever, he never changes. They're upstairs from the look of it. I see, another special class, you say, and with a guest teacher this time. Yes, exactly. I was trying to figure out how we can make history class more interesting. I thought that perhaps if they had a teacher they knew and got along with, they would be more curious to learn. No, I think that's a wonderful idea, Miria, I think. I can always trust you to keep their best interests in mind. Such a lesson plan will likely require a fair bit of work, but I trust you can handle it. Best of luck, sister. I will. Thank you so much, Father. Sister Miria is a wonderful teacher, truly. Her care for her students is immediately evident. I'm certain that her class will teach them much. I look forward to watching her. Oh, thank heavens, I was worrying all for nothing. However, seeing how kind Father Nikolai was did strike me as a bit odd. Felt as if he had other motives. Very mysterious he is. 1 second. Okay, they have the rope right there. I didn't see a toil now that I think about it. I come home after my first day of work and Zora just brushes me off. Fine then, if she doesn't want to talk to her husband, I don't want to talk to my wife. Maybe I'll just take the damn living room for myself, see what she thinks of that. Wish that sad sack in the living room would get up and move. Who does he take himself for? He only has himself to blame for his demotion. No sob story will change his fortunes. If he's so content to just drift in the doldrums of mediocrity, then why should I placate him? He should make himself useful and leave. Yep, I figured the kid would get out. Now, Anya, you've got a good head on your shoulders and a knack for math like nobody I've ever seen. So tell you what, how about you help with my article for next year's economic outlook? Exciting, huh? No way, Jose, that's your job. You shouldn't need a little kid to help you write your paper. Do it yourself, why don't you? Denied. Ode to humanity. Man, you never change, do you? Anya's got a bright future ahead of her. I wanted to give her some experience handling this sort of thing, but maybe it's too early. There'll be another time. Old Huck has a ton of stories to tell. He's kind of like a grandpa. But then he's the president of that big investment company, too. It's kind of weird like that. Rebecca's been talking about trying to get over her anxiety. Maybe this is the year she finally gets some fresh air. To think it's been 10 years since she went outside, I can barely remember it. I really worry for her sometimes. It's just that anxiety makes it hard for her to interact with people. That's the big thing. I just don't know what to do. I don't want to coddle her too much, but all the same, she really can't carry on like this. Whenever something gets me curious, I can look it up on the Orbital net. It's so ridiculously useful. I've got tons and tons of papers and articles all at my fingertips. But the net doesn't cover everything. Some topics come up that I just can't find any dirt on. There's one article I wish I could learn more about. If only I could ask the author.
Need something fixed?
So I may actually grab that. That's 960 across the board. So it's the extra line that's just worth more than the others, it seems. And truth be told, these are the only two that I really care to unlock. And that's why they cost extra. Oh well. Just in case we're forced to use her, I will go ahead and unlock this one.
Hope to see you again soon.
And real quick to show you the significance. That's time and space.
Looks like a new shard skill.
Actually, I think I'm going to fall a little short of this. I can just use this one.
Looks like a new shard skill. Shard skills updated.
Okay, there we go. Now if I give her a wind attack art or a mirage art, she can actually do a little bit more.
That
I don't know
was
if I
a
have
single element slot.
Yeah, I don't have a spare here. Oh well. I was about to say her store is closed, but she has the radio still on. There she is, in fact. That Victor's a whiny old coot. Ain't even broke 60 and he's barely aching about his back, little ninny. Youngsters these days are also lazy. It's all cars and trains and public transportation for them. Back in my day, we walked and we liked it. It was good exercise. You didn't need no road or subway line to get where you wanted. Oh, sure, let me just walk to Vantail from here. Not impractical at all when a car can get me there in minutes. You kids in your cars, bunch of softy drivel, turn your legs to mush. You keep driving everywhere and the kids will be able to outrun you.
This feels relaxing.
I went to catch a movie for the first time in a while, and my goodness, it shook me to my core. My heart is still racing. I've worked up an appetite, even. Steak sounds quite nice to me. Oh no, an evil wolf! Little pig, let me come in! No, not by the hair on my chinny chin chin, said the little piggy. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your straw house down. Mommy's a real scary wolf. Watch out, you man, I'm gonna eat you. Don't eat me, just go back to reading the story, please. Man, she just does it all. Diva? More like divine. She can read me a bedtime story anytime. Wolves don't scare me. If I find any, I'll whoop their butts. You're pretty spunky, ain't you? Don't let me down. Oh goodness. Good to see you, Van. Care to join Yume for some playtime? I'm sure she'd be delighted. I'm good. Kid'll have me here all night. I got work to do.
Can't go wrong with any of them. Come back soon.
Really killing me tonight. You're back again? You really ought to take a break. Isn't that... Damn it, I hate this aging thing. Pull yourself together, Victor. As long as Yume's still small enough to fit in my arms, I gotta keep this bistro going. Well, with an attitude like that, he's set for life.
What's on the menu? Take care out there.
Actually, we really can't go out
Off
as
we go.
far, so... Huh. Hey, next act's still getting ready. You mind waiting outside? I'll go do a sound check with when I'm done here.
Hey there. What'll it be? See ya. All right.
Okay, it's just him.
Well,
Well, if it isn't Van.
It's a surprise seeing you here, Natalie. Yeah, I thought you gave up on being an idol. What are you doing here? You haven't changed a bit, Sayla. Pretty as a rose and about as thorny as one. Think you'll ever bag a boyfriend with an attitude like that? Just hurry up and tell us what you want. Unlike you, we don't have all that much time to waste. Alright, I'll cut you part-time or some slack since the idol life is already hell enough. I'll be straight here. You need to become a singer, Sayla. Direct orders from higher-ups, but you and I can go back to being a duo act. What? That's not possible. Sayla and I are already a duo. We're with you. And we're all real happy for you, new kid. Sayla, you get what this means, don't you? I was a little suspicious that they'd approve of Lua's debut just like that. Did they have no faith in us from the start? Dang it, why can't I talk to her? Okay. Van, darling, a little birdie let me know you were in the 13th district today. That's a fast little birdie then, but yeah, the immovable decided I'd play as his errand boy today. It's gonna be pure chaos with people like that running around. Trust me, I know, I'm expecting all my sources to go wild with them in the mix. The streets have already been growing crazy, but considering all those recent developments, I hear a certain unsavory group might be on the prowl right now. Do try to be careful, please. Yeah, thanks for the heads up. If you already know we're heading out, you can just say so. Hoping to see Agnes and the rest sometime soon. Don't be strangers here.
What are you in the mood for? Come back and play soon.
So I wonder if he even has the Charme de la Nuit if you don't do the side quest. That'd be a little vicious of them. Oh, and get this. He's got all pissy at me because I didn't fit into these stupid jeans he bought me. Can you believe that? That was such a jerk move. At this point, I'm just glad we didn't last. I wouldn't want to be stuck with someone so shallow. Jeez, that's awful. Dude sounds like he has some real issues he needs to work through. There's nothing you could have done. Right? You get it. And you're a guy, too. You hear that, Johnny? It's all your fault, you jerk. There we go. Let it all out, Selma. I don't mind. You're really inspiring, you know? Inspiring me? You have the wrong idea. I don't think I do, even though it sucked. You took it in stride and turned everything around for the better. You're fit, and you're so much happier. Not everyone can go ahead and make the most out of a bad situation. It really just goes to show how strong you really are. No, I'm not that cool. You're making me blush. Selma's the jogger, if you don't remember. Lodi's such a good listener. He's the best, most considerate drinking buddy I've ever had. I should be taking notes from him. He should be taking notes. I love talking with Selma. We can go on, and before I notice, it's been hours. That's a sign of a great friendship in the making.
Oh, good stuff right here. The very best.
You plan on staying here all night? I'm gonna close up shop soon. But there's still so much we haven't talked about. You can't just leave me hanging here. I got no idea what you're on about. You're a strange, strange girl. Welcome. Grab yourself a taco or two before we close for the night. The sun's sure setting quick these days. Days get shorter, but my part-timers' rants get longer. Do worry about her getting back after dark, though. Maybe I'll walk her partway home after we finish cleaning up.
Take as long as you need. I'll be waiting for you.
There's still so much I can do. I can't go home now. Can't believe all three of us are heading out on the same day, and Gray's finally starting his journey from branch to branch. Sure takes me back to doing the same when we were still junior bracers. Yeah, it's a hard task getting a recommendation letter from every branch, but it's good work before becoming a senior bracer. Not just that, but it's the best way for all bracers to acquire their most useful tool on the job. What tool? Spoiler alert, but it's cultural understanding. The Republic's full of folks from all cultures and backgrounds. You won't be a good bracer if you don't learn how to approach them all. That's why. Here I'll be assigned to a branch steeped in Central Eastern culture. Give your best out there. It's a tough road ahead, but I know you can pull it off. Best of luck out there, man. Can't look after you since we're going in opposite directions, but I have a feeling I won't need to. You got this. Thanks to the both of you. Safe travels, and I hope you enjoy your drinks. Speaking of, I still can't believe you're not even slightly drunk, Regina. Is it really that weird? I've only had a few drinks so far. I don't throw them back as recklessly as you do. Talk about lack of restraint. It's not long before you're a blubbering drunken mess. I still remember when we got promoted to senior bracers. You got so drunk that you told Elaine that... Hey, no need to bring that back up, yeah? You don't have to throw that back in my face. What do you want? You're not getting a free drink out of me, you know. Wasn't gun for one, just checking in on you, making sure you're not totally wasted. Hate to admit it, but you're probably not far off. Listen, man, try not to make a mess of Edith while we're away, got it? You all seem like such good friends. I'm a little anxious, but I know they have big expectations for me. I'm gonna do my best out there so that they can be proud of me. So her repeating line is that one. Haven't seen the racers, have we? You can probably tell from how quiet it is around here, but Junifer and her buddies are out on the road tonight. Heard everyone talking about this other team they were going to race against. Engines rev, blood pumping, cold breeze in your face. Youth. Wish cars like these were around when I was their age. You probably wouldn't be here anymore.
Again.
So glad to see Sister Belisha is doing well. Even though we're both of Central Eastern heritage, we were raised in different countries and cultures. That thankfully has never come between us. I feel like we truly understand each other. Wish her the best in tending to her duties in Krail. The abundance of resources in the Principality of Elsheim has made it the economic superpower governing the Central East. The role it plays is pivotal, both with its status as a diplomatic powerhouse and its flourishing initiatives regarding the desert's forestation. Though we must not forget about Valis, it having become a wealthy city-state through maritime trading. Rumors say that tensions have arisen between nations, mostly attributed to certain groups. Things are changing in the Central East. It would do us well to pay attention. Okay, we are done here. Actually, we're completely done here. So let's hop over to Tyrell.
Off we go.
I'm beat today. Is it just me, or have the other districts been calling in help more often lately? Because I swear my shoulders and back are killing me more than usual. Oh, Karen, just how old are you? You're starting to sound like an old man going on like that. That's why I give you a little massage. My mom tells me I got the hands of an angel. That's okay, Nancy. You don't have to do that. Sure is soothing to be around, though. I can feel my muscles loosening up already just from talking to her. What's wrong? I got something on my face? No, you don't. It's nothing. Thanks for the offer. I feel a little more relaxed already. You're far too serious all the time, Karen. Always so uptight, always on high alert. How about I give you a shoulder rub? Ma and Pa say I'm a real natural at it. Well, let's get the show on the road. The city isn't going to patrol itself at night. We seem to be having some unsavory characters prowling around lately, but I've got them in my sight. Nothing escapes this officer's watch.
Please, step on up.
Ah, it's Kagayoshi, but not a toil. Sure is fixated on the sky for some reason. Can't see anything myself, but who knows. Hermes' educational visitation sounds awesome and all, but I like working here too. You get to see all kinds of people doing fun and cool things. When I say all kinds, I mean all kinds. We get Hermes students, foreigners, musicians, a little of everything. That's why I can't bring myself to quit doing work like this. It doesn't hurt that Charles, the owner, has a personality that really invites everyone to just come in and be themselves too. My Vern Company work has really been piling up lately. I'm worried about the company. The financial boost they get from reparations is bound to peter out soon. Oh well, nothing I can do about that, so I'll just de-stress with some reading. I bought a book titled Orasian Credit Union's Bankruptcy: The Truth, but I think I'm in the mood for a novel. Now what to buy? Oh, you're here late. What can I serve you this evening? There's a family from Elsheim that often comes to the cafe in the afternoon. They appear to have finally settled into the city at long last. They started telling me all sorts of things about their lives, such as Hermes' educational outing, which is nice to hear. Seemed to be quite the struggle for them to get acclimated to their new environment, but these days they sound much more relaxed. I'm relieved.
Welcome. Thank you for coming. We await your next visit.
Good grief.
Did you know?
It's amazing we're broadcasting this year's EGC over the Orbital Net. We've got to nail the production and detail, get every detail right. Right, we're going to make this the best EGC by ourselves, but it's going to take all of us working as a team to make it happen. I've got new lighting gear all ready to go on my end. But what are we going to do for the background music? We want to start with something nice and subdued, don't we? I've got an idea. What about that song that's been kind of popular lately? What was it called again? I know, the one. You mean that one with a really nice melody. I remember the singer. I think his name was Jess Branson. Carol? Is something wrong? No, nothing at all. Don't mind me. Of all the people, why did it have to be him? I mean, I'm glad he's getting noticed, of course, but still.
Discover the inebriating world of show business.
When it comes to heinous crimes in Calvert, they don't get much more bigger than the devil-worshipping cult. They denied Adio's existence about a decade ago, and they were around kidnapping kids. I was still a little kid myself back then, and I remember them giving me the absolute creeps. Just thinking about them gives me chills all over again, the kind of chills a girl can't get enough of. So yeah, she's really into it. But I don't know if that's the Gnosis thing, if they went all the way out to Calvert or not. Or D, therefore G, I mean.
Well, I heard.
I interviewed Walter Huckberry earlier today. We did it at a pretty relaxed location, but I still tried to be careful with what I said. Still, he was definitely a nicer guy than I was expecting. I've come away from the interview feeling like I can write a deep, insightful piece about him. Now I just need to put it all together. Chad looked pretty stressed earlier. I'm guessing the editors thrust some assignment on him that's outside his wheelhouse. In some ways, he's the opposite of Mariel. He's always down on his luck, but it's like she's blessed with it. That said, it did sound like he had some sort of success. Hope the final article turns out great.
Alright.
Yeah, I think I might be at the point where I can leave the vending machines alone, because I haven't seen them change or anything.
How about some nice cold ice?
Holy crap, it's Carmen Sandiego! We found her, folks! Guess it's time for me to start focusing my attention towards this year's Edith Girls Collection. Basically, it's a fashion show that takes place on the night of the Revolution Festival. Huge trendsetter when it comes to next year's styles. As someone who recruits new modeling talent for a living, I always keep a close eye on the people in fashion they exhibit at that show every year. If you're looking for Albert, he just went home. I still don't know how he juggles his student council duties and his job here. I overheard him talk about a school outing he'll be doing. Sounded a little concerned about it. I'm guessing it's because of teenager things. Hang in there, kiddo. Your boss is in your corner.
Ah, welcome. I hope to see you again.
I see.
I've been held up with the press corps, so I haven't had any time to find leads on stories from other places. Though it's nothing I can't fix by calling in a few favors. Maybe I'll try and strike a deal with one of the small-time news agencies. As soon as I offer to set them up with one of my contacts in Parliament, I'll have them eating from the palm of my hand.
This night's just getting started.
What the? He's already done going through all the flyers and sales slips? Not only that, but he also took care of next month's ingredient list and tweaked the menus? And there's a note, too. Get these back to Miss Mao and apologize to her for getting carried away while you're at it. He sounds so mad. And how is he so freaking capable anyway?
What'll you have today? Thanks for coming.
Let's see.
Please take your time while you're here. Relax and enjoy. Kun Ming's got guts bossing Cowhan around like that. She's completely clueless about our true line of business, and personally I'd like to keep it that way. Things are heating up behind the scenes, so if I want her to stay out of harm's way, I'll have to redouble my efforts. Better link up with Sao so we can start investigating the situation.
Alrighty.
Okay, if he's here, then I think I may need to go upstairs at the agency. Hey, been keeping busy with these patrols? Not as busy as you've been with that drinking, it seems. Thought you would have made a beeline for the Blacklight District or something. You know me too damn well at this point. Yeah, I'd be down there right now if it weren't for what Sal and the rest said earlier. We're finally about to close in on A after all this time, the bastards. Once we know what their endgame is, all we have to do is move in and crush them. Hey now, don't get too ahead of yourself, alright? Once they know something, I'm sure they'll be in touch. I know we don't have the most fun job in the meantime, but it is what it is. You've got that right. Don't get me wrong, Chief. I know trying to rush things is just asking for trouble. I can be hot-headed, but I'm not an idiot. I think I'm going to order some food, too. Make sure I'm recharged when it's time for us to go in and kick A's in the garden's asses. What do you say, anyway? I can get you to treat your lackey to a little something extra? Promise I won't call you an old man for 5 minutes? Sorry, punk. I ain't made of money. You have to pay for whatever you want on your own, Mira. I've heard they cast an Eastern named Nina Fenley as Sheena Dirk in the upcoming Gloria movie. Did the director sleep through history class or something? Sheena Dirk was white. You can't favor diversity over historical accuracy. It's just plain wrong. Plus, if they wanted to cast an Easterner, General Atkinson was right there. He was a mixed race. It's giving me flashbacks to the Hannibal movie. And I don't mean like Hannibal Lecter. I mean the one where they cast Denzel Washington as Hannibal. If you didn't know the controversy with that, it's actually twofold. It's not the race, but the fact that, like, Denzel Washington's like 3 times Hannibal's age. The shopping center here is always so busy at night. It has this unique atmosphere that I'm very fond of. Seems these two were enjoying a movie together before they came here. I'll have to serve up some of my tastiest drinks to keep the conversation flowing for them.
Hello. Thank you.
How about some...
I heard they're going to be playing Golden Blood Director's Cut again at the theater. I missed my opportunity to see it last time, and I've been regretting it ever since. Now I have to see it. It's my duty as a movie buff. I was so worried that the director's cut was just going to vanish into thin air after I left the theater. I'm so glad to be proven wrong. So glad.
Hey there. See ya.
I was so fired up to take that popcorn seller hat on, but it looks like he's mostly got his eye on the movie theater and what they're playing. Got me all revved up for nothing. Guess he's the type of guy who can cool off as quickly as he gets fired up. Not that I can complain too much when I'm clearly attracting more customers than him, so I'd still say I'm getting the last laugh. Our little competition might have turned out to be a whole lot of nothing, but putting that aside, it's actually not so bad selling out here at night.
Hello. Thanks for shopping.
A lot of these food items just are never worth it, I don't know. Lyle, what are you doing in a place like this? Don't get any funny ideas, I'm not trying to do anything weird, I'm just on my way home from work. I work at that instrument store 3 times a week, plus I clean buildings and deliver newspapers to people. As a result, I know this area like the back of my hand these days. I've even seen you around here a couple times. Really? I never realized you were here so much. Wait, that's a lot of jobs to juggle. Isn't that too much to handle? Well, my tuition and room and board aren't going to pay for themselves. I do what I have to. They call me the part-time pro for a reason, you know? And here I almost found myself respecting him a little for once. Turns out he's the same guy as ever. That's a lot of jobs you have, Lyle. At first I was almost impressed, but you're the same old Lyle as ever, it seems. What's that supposed to mean? And that's giving me Uncle Ruckus vibes from the Boondocks, how he has something like 70 different jobs. I'm sure you don't need me to tell you how popular Wolf's Requiem is. You start screening that at night alongside the director's cut of Golden Blood, though the latter has an age restriction in place. Director guy wanted that version to be screened because, in his words, it leaves nothing on the table. Many moviegoers also expressed interest, so in the spirit of supporting Vegas films, we ultimately decided to show it. So I don't even know what all we have and haven't seen. Golden Blood, Sober Curious, Perfect Driver, Side of Heaven. We decided to once again screen Golden Blood Director's Cut. I wonder if that's actually different from the normal one. That would suck. After receiving complaints about its content, we initially put it on hold. However, we believe in freedom of expression, so it's back now. As the story goes, director Salvatore Gotti sought to make a more extreme film than what ultimately came out. But after some persuasion from the film's distributor and Judith Lancer's talent agency, he dialed it back for the original release.
Hello.
Sober Curious we saw. Yeah, is that actually considered something different? Because otherwise it's just Wolves Requiem.
Hello.
I should have money still to buy the brochure on the way out. Ron, a young officer of the law, is hot on the heels of a gang he once had ties to. While pursuing the case, he meets a girl named Michelle. She is freed from the clutches of the gang, but they've saddled her with an insurmountable debt, with little hope of paying it off. Ron takes it upon himself to look after the girl, who begins to develop feelings for the young officer. Before she can act on it, however, the gang finds her and snatches her away once again. Fueled by the fires of rage, Ron rushes into their hideout and engages the gangsters in a gunfight. He emerges victorious by the skin of his teeth. He rescues Michelle from her captivity, and the two embrace each other at last, overjoyed to have made it out alive. And it was at that moment when one of the fallen gangsters lifted his quivering hand and pulled the trigger.
Michelle! Hold on!
Ron, are you all right? You're not hurt, are you?
I'm fine. See? Not a single scratch on me.
Thank goodness. I fulfilled my promise then. You remember it, right? You're always protecting everyone. So one day, I'll be the one who protects you.
Of course I remember. Save your strength, Michelle. Help will arrive at any moment. Hey, over here! I need a medic now!
Ron, your arms are so warm. When you hold me like this, my fear just melts away.
So if you remember, that was Nina and LaFarle, I believe. And you get to see why it's called Requiem. Hey, is that Van I see? Oh, hey Jin, didn't realize you were here. This time of day is the only stretch I get to myself. Fee filled me on everything that happened around the film festival in Tharbad. That's how I learned about the movie and it winning the first Leon d'Or. When I saw they were doing reruns, I couldn't pass up seeing it. Makes sense. It won that award for a damn good reason. It's probably the best movie released this year. Real masterpiece. Not to mention that Nina Fendley and her co-star both took the awards for Best Actress and Actor on top of that. I can see why. It was great stuff. Lots of macho action and just as much romance that really pulls at your heartstrings. I love it. It's impressive how gritty it manages to depict the conflict between the police and the gang while still being so entertaining to watch. Makes me want to follow Leslie Lamb's work and see what else he puts out. Can't say I blame you. Press loves him just as much as movie nerds like me. I have to imagine he's knee-deep in his next film by now. Looking forward to checking it out as a fan when it's out myself. Van's conversation in the theater continued for a brief period. Soon enough, however, the two sides parted in the lobby. From there, Van got on with the rest of his evening. Okay, that's number 5. And I don't think there's anything else here. Let me open the menu. Oh, that's Shino. So to say, I don't remember that, but that's because she moves.
Taking off now.
Okay. I don't think I'm going to bother with the shop windows here because I'm pretty sure we have everything we were looking for. Congratulations, you're our 1000th customer this month. Here's your gift certificate. We're doing a special offer at the moment. Really? Yay! My editor loved my Tharbad report too. One lucky thing after another. At this rate, I might even be able to find Dingo. Luck just finds you everywhere. Dingo really helped me out with the whole Tharbad situation. I wanted to tell him how impressed my editor was with the report. Did Marguerite go home already? Here I was hoping to ask her for some more hot tips on finding a hot man with an even hotter bank account. Oh well, I see her here at the department store all the time, so it's not like I can't ask next time. Ilhan didn't realize that Administrator Wesley was, well, the administrator for the store right across the street. Wesley's a great administrator, sure, but he could work a little on his people skills. But I digress. Taking advantage of the unused rooftop area was a great idea. Even though I didn't know about it. I've worked here for 30 years. 30! You need to open your eyes, woman. By the way, Van, ever thought about investing in a business? To be specific, my business. You have been taking a lot of requests. You gotta be loaded, right? What do you say to pumping a little cash into my business? As if, now with all the part-timers I got. Everyone but Anya's has rent to pay, and that ain't cheap. Gotta pay them all a livable wage. Look at you, acting like a boss. You could almost pass as a proper business. Shut it. But speaking of dough, shouldn't you be the one that's rolling in it with that recent promotion you got? Oh no, not at all. I owe this pharmacy so much for all they've done for me, I asked them to keep my salary the same, in fact. But once I get my business up and running, then all the mirror will come rolling in. You made the right choice, quitting martial arts. Shrewd business style suits you better. What do you need? I'm adjusting Mr. Deswani's gun right now. If you need something, spit it. Speaking of the guns, I don't know, I hadn't pointed out in the movie, but the angle on the handle was way off. You couldn't really hold it level unlike this one. He's real picky, stuck to the same gun model since he joined the force. He's very careful with maintenance. Honestly, you can gauge a lot about someone from how they care for their weapons. Fancy seeing you here, Spriggan. Right back at you. You looking for weapons today? Or are you looking at the buyers instead? I frequented the shop for my gun maintenance and customization since the old owner was still in charge. Possession of firearms is permitted under Republic law for the purposes of self-defense. Though you need a license to be a gun owner, of course, not that you even use one. And speaking of, what are you doing here, Spriggan? Just looking for custom parts, something that'll fit a self-defense baton. Gotta shell out for my assistance, you know. Even if the costs are starting to pile up. You're shameless, you know that? Do you have any idea what kind of authority I hold? Forget it. Let's put the fact that you're dragging a bunch of civvies around with you on the back burner from the moment. You should at least put some thought into upgrading your equipment. Trouble could strike at any moment, and it's dangerous to be unprepared. Yeah, don't need you to tell me to be careful. Well, aren't you a softie? Knew there was a nice side to you. What's that smirk for? For your information, I... Hey, honey, what's wrong? Oh, I'm already done for the day. I just stopped by one of those stores, in fact. Just stopped by one of those stores in front of the station. I'll be back home soon, don't worry. I'll even stop by for one of Gigi's famous cupcakes on the way. Huh? No? Maybe a bagel then? Yeah, love you. See you later. What, you got a problem? Nope, not at all. That your wife, I'm guessing? Didn't know you had a daughter either. Look at you playing the family man. Watch it, Spriggan. Stay far, far away from my personal life. If you're looking for a gift, I can vouch for the new cheesecakes they got in stock downstairs, just saying. Nice and sweet, lemon flavor too. Guarantee the kiddo's gonna love them. Cheesecake, now that's an idea. Not that I was asking for your opinion.
Our stores have a wide variety of fine goods for sale.
Hold on a second. Who are you? Oh, it's Melise.
Enjoy shopping with us.
Get everything I need for my next work trip. She's the one from the theater that bought all the merchandise, if you don't remember. Need to make sure I got everything so I'm not stressing out when I'm there. Let's see, a cushion, some travel-sized toiletries. How about a book? I could take something I don't usually read. It'll just add to the whole new experience. That reminds me, Administrator Wesley's recently put some new plans of his into effect. I'm still on the uptake where fashion's not concerned, so I only found out recently. It's nice seeing the store as a whole keep up with the times. I'll trust Administrator Wesley's judgment in this situation. Perhaps I should follow his lead.
Fine goods for sale.
This is such a promising opportunity. I gotta focus. I can't afford to waste any time. I can do this. Was that Mr. Powell we saw earlier? Maybe he's doing a night patrol. It'd be so awkward if he saw us. What's that teacher up to? Probably shouldn't stick my nose in. So that's part of our side quest, it looks like. I've been workshopping a plan to put in place so we can compete with Orbital Cafe Iota. I can't back down now, not this far in. I laid it on a little thick, but I don't think he caught on. It's a little disappointing that he didn't. Still, I'm glad I had a look. It was quite eye-opening. It showed me just how close-minded I've been and where the Orbital Cafe's true strength lies. It's given me a lot to think about. It wasn't a lack of innovation, but rather my blind spots. Rooftops been our biggest missed opportunity. Door is locked. Okay. Let's see if I can get out of here or if I have to free my other hand. Did I talk to you? Nice to meet you. My name is Milty. I'll start working in the department store next week. I stopped by to finish making some arrangements. Well, that was the plan anyway. Looks like the boss is busy right now. Might have to do some window shopping to kill time.
Get the brilliantly bitter taste of golden blood.
It's our buddy Giordano. And Clutch. Damn it. I was heading to my senior's wedding today and I just had to get on the wrong bus. I'm not gonna make it. I even got him a present and everything. No need for tears, brother. Ain't over till the fat lady sings, yeah? But it's getting late. Listen close, brother. It's the thought that counts, and that's why I'm in this business of taking your thoughts from A to B. I'm sure you prepared a wonderful gift for that senior of yours. No shame in that, is there? Only one thing to do, brother, and you already know what it is. You're right. Being late is already lame enough, but I can't flake out completely. I have to at least give him his gift. Please, take me to the party. Adios, I'm pathetic, but it'd be even worse if I just gave up here. Even if I don't make it in time for the party, I can still give him his wedding present. Ain't no one can blame a brother for shedding tears in the name of another soul. Don't stress so much, brother. Sure, you didn't get there on time, but you haven't missed your chance yet. Giordano knows these streets like the back of his hand. I'll make sure to take you there.
One bullet can change your fate.
So
Catch a revival
convenient
showing of the
nowadays.
smash hit, Wolves Requiem.
Hey, Ark, I know you one for your help today. Got a bunch of our eggs in a row now, so we won't be stepping around too many eggshells from here on. Maybe it's wishful thinking, but if this was the push that could help us get Almada under control, that'd be great. You're laying it on so thick I don't even want to think of it when he come back. We helped out with all these punks that have been moving recently, but as far as I'm concerned, the rest ain't my job. Ouch, it's cold. But that's alright, figures you're looking out for your folks instead. The CID is all over this mess. Thankfully, that in and of itself might be enough of a deterrent to keep things quiet around town. But there aren't as many eyes keeping careful watch in more rural areas. Take care on that work trip you got next week. How the hell do you already know that? Elaine's working right now, by the way. I feel like she's been working too hard lately. She's a hard worker, sure, but I wish she'd learn to take it easy from time to time. She definitely needs the free time. You should invite her over for a movie or two. Ain't none of your business. I just saw 3 of our people off a little bit ago. They're off on a work trip. Though they mentioned they'd have dinner out, so I might be able to join them somewhere. Hopefully things will stay uneventful, but take care of yourselves. Hey Van, don't see you around often. I only swing by every now and then to check up on things. I guess Elaine's not around. I see Jin's back. You don't need to be coy, you know. I know you and Elaine have something going on, but I didn't know you and Jin didn't get along. I always found him easy to be around. I mean, he is, but he's nosy. Even if I try to stay distant, it's like he sees right through me. Guess he also reminds me of someone I used to know. Jin really likes you, though. You two went to the Blacklight District earlier today, yeah? He was talking about asking you for help again later. Big mouth idiot. At least Elaine and Sarah are easier on the eyes than he is. The better-looking A-rank bracers. Now that you mention it, you know Sarah and Toval, yeah? When did you meet them? Operation Jormungandr, or was it the Northern War? Yeah, I helped him sniff around for an infiltration route from here in Calvard. Toval's pretty easy to get in along with. He's flawed, but he knows his business and makes sure to stick with it. Made negotiations real easy. I got my own fair share of flaws, too. Are you interested in meeting the Divine Blade of Wind or the Lieutenant General of the Royal Army of Liberl? Lieutenant General... that's Cassius, I think. And the Divine Blade of Wind, of course, being Arios. I'm sure they're both really impressive, but I'm gonna pass on that one. What did I hit? Oh. Some carelessness is fine here and there, but it's like she's forgotten why she's actually here. The apartment purchase here in Edith was done with the express purpose of making her work as representative easier. Oh my, is it that late already? I should get going home, though perhaps I'll stop by the department store first. I'm in the mood to cook for myself for a change. Now that I finally have an apartment I own, I try to make the most of those mundane parts of life. You know, I got in touch with an old friend of mine from the Basel Institute of Science for the first time in a while. Sounds like things are a bit of a mess over there right now. They haven't even decided when Xiphus will be available to the general public. Our Vern partnership is crucial to the store's success, so I'd like to get a sales plan going ASAP. Was the man that was coming by really the department store's manager? I heard Ilhan and Carlo talking about it the other day, but I'm not sure. I go there all the time. I should have noticed sooner. Did I exhaust all my brain cells cramming in info about orbital devices? Did I run out of space in my brain? The person I look up to the most has to be Professor Hamilton. She's one of Epstein's 3 disciples. She's simply extraordinary. She kept an eye out for me when she could back when I was studying in the Institute of Science. I always get the impression that she sees things differently than we do. Now that she's resigned as a Vern advisor, she's gotten involved with geological research to aid the eastern parts of Zemuria. Her demeanor was always majestic and something all my peers looked up to.
I see.
I'm not seeing anything outside, so we're done here.
The title of World's Fastest in Perfect Driving 2.
It's over here. I'm so tired. The store is packed and mine is not listening to me. It's like I've been going in circles all day today. No one mentioned being a stay-at-home mom would be this hard. I love going for walks. Toodle-doo, toodle-dee, walking there, walking with me. Hey, James, what are you doing in a place like this? Of course, you ran into one of the instructors. None of your business. It's fine if you're just on your way back from shopping, but it's starting to get late. I've been worried about you. I get the impression that you've had a hard time fitting in at school. Why are you even bringing that up? That's old news. Forget it, I'm going home, not in the mood for an annoying lecture right now. You look like you've got something weighing on your mind as well. It's my job as a teacher to listen to you.
Well,
Why is everyone so annoying? Sasha especially. Just leave me alone.
Get the brilliantly bitter taste of golden blood.
The Bracer Guild can come in useful when it comes to maintain public order, at least. Not denying that they're good at their job, but all the glitz and pomp just rubs me the wrong way. Feels like a popularity contest half the time. Though keeping citizens safe is the police's job in the first place, we shouldn't be relying on the Bracers to do our job for us. I'll give my best performance today. We'll prove to everyone that we don't need those pretentious Bracers' help. And nothing happened for the rest of the night. So real quick, I want to go to... There's a roof.
let's do this.
And just where have you been? Okay, sorry. See that cat every now and then. Guess this is his turf. Need a bucket of water and we'll put him in his place. Is it just me, or did you bring back some more plants? Indeed I did. I was perusing the flower shop in Old Town and happened upon some wonderful plants. Are you off to patrol the city? Do let me know if you need my assistance. I would be happy to help. Thanks, but it ain't that big a deal, really. More like a late-night walk than a patrol. We got plenty to do tomorrow, so we'd best take it easy and rest up tonight. Understood. Perhaps I can do some reconnaissance preceding our trip to Basel, then. Professional obligations notwithstanding, I do look forward to the trip. Sup, you writing a letter? I figured I'd let everybody back home know how I'm doing. We've written back and forth a few times, but man, there's just so much to talk about now. I don't know where to start. The first time in the Blacklight District for one, though Abby might already know what that place is like. Wouldn't surprise me, might as well be on the Jaeger bucket list. Might have gone there as a Jaeger myself if I'd stayed there. But I like learning about stuff this way. Working with you has really opened my eyes to all these new things. So I was gonna write to them about it. Every day out here is super exciting. I say go for it. I can tell you've really liked the time. So to say, was that a Mishi or Machi thing there? But it's just a generic teddy bear.
Off we go.
And before we start, rumored street performer. The hell, man? Who do those guys think they are? Chill it, Downey. I get how you feel, but shouting's doing nothing for us. But I'm not letting them get away with this. Hell no, not with our street racer pride on the line. Second, we should take our chance while we can. What's going on here? Van. Guess I could let you know. There's this bunch of street racers causing trouble for us ever since they turned up in the capital. They're taunting us, I tell you. They drive like madmen around town just to get on our nerves. I ran my car into a guardrail thanks to their dumbasses. Just thinking about it gets me angry all over again. The hand-me-down I got from Downey got trashed real bad too. Dude, she had to be sent to the body shop. How can we let loose and enjoy a sweet drive with them tearing it up around town? Yeah, they sound pretty bad. Who are we dealing with here? They call themselves the High Bloods. There's 4 of them, and they all come from Horacion. They used to stick to their turf, but they recently started moving here. They're all rich kids, obviously, and their cars are really souped up. What's more, their leader Lucio is the grandson of ETWS's current company president. He's got a modded ETWS sports car. Ain't no slouch as a driver either. Last we raced, he passed me by like I was just crawling through the street. Can you believe that? Hold up, you said it was the ETWS's president's grandson? Man, that sucks. Last thing you need is someone related to the company's top brass being a dick. And he's not the worst of it. There's another guy that's an even more reckless driver. His name's Damien, and he styles himself as their main fighter. He's all cocky, taunting us from his bike because he can take tighter turns than any of our cars. He's the one that did my baby, and I'll never forgive that bastard, never. Thinks he's better than us car drivers, does he? So what are you planning to do about these guys? Surely you're not just going to let them keep running wild. Definitely not. We've tried warning them over and over to stop behaving like this, but it's fallen on deaf ears. Since they're not heeding warnings like that, I tried talking to Lucio directly. Only thing he said was, if you want us to leave, you'll have to best us in a race. We're actually on our way to the race right now. Yeah, I guess my timing's just that good. You could say that. There's 4 of them, but me and Graham are the only ones with rides right now. And that's not even counting car specs and driving ability. Hate to admit it, but it's stacked and not in our favor. But you can't just give up. Yeah, better to lose outright than to flake out on them and just lose by default. Not like we're hoping to lose, though. We're not backing down until they're in the ground. Wish us luck. I don't know, into the ground's a bit extreme. I don't want to sit back and let a bunch of rich assholes wreak havoc in Edith. Maybe I could lend him a hand here. So if it's worth 3, that means there's bonuses, clearly. Looks like Graham and his people are butting heads with some group called the High Bloods. Apparently they're going to settle the score in a race. These guys seem like real assholes, so I'll give Graham and the others a helping hand. Mind if I join? I appreciate the sentiment, but this is our problem to deal with. It wouldn't be right to drag you into it. Hard disagree. This goes beyond you. It involves all car lovers now. As a fellow driver myself, I can't stand back and let a bunch of punks with no sense for safe driving screw my home up. I want to teach them a lesson. Van? Now that's what we like to hear. Don't see why you can't join. Why not let him? Alright, thanks, Van. You're really saving our asses here. You might honestly be the best help we could have got. I respect you a lot, man. Thanks for saying so. Still leaves the problem with dealing with Damien, though. I'm no biker, so I'm not going to be able to help there. Not so sure how we're going to deal with that niggling little detail. That's all for today, then. Now back to my bike. Why are all you gathered here? Hermes! Your timing couldn't be any better. Got some free time on your hands? I mean, I'm done for the day, so I guess I do. I see, so you're going to be racing them to teach them a lesson. Yeah, it would really help if you had a biker your skill level on our team. What do you say, you up for it? Sure, I'll join your team. Teaching a naughty rider how to behave sounds like fun. I'll make sure they think twice before causing trouble in the capital again. Glad to see you so fired up for this. I really appreciate you agreeing to. Now it feels like we have a fighting chance. Yep, it's going to be a proper 4 versus 4 race, and all that's left is leaving him in the dust. Anyway, clock's ticking. Let's get going to the meeting spot. You ready to go? Ready whenever you are. Same here. Then let's roll.
Well, we're on the clock now.
Race in the capital started. Poor Deswani. He's not going home to his family on time. Is this the meeting spot? Yeah, just beyond here is the highway we're using. But we're supposed to meet face to face right here first. Looks like they've arrived. Would you look at that? That's a hell of a ride. Right? A lot of mirror went into customizing her. This ain't gonna be an easy race. Hello, good evening, street racers. I'm impressed you didn't just turn tail and run. So you really showed up, Highbloods. I don't recognize these two. Well, thanks to your biker, our cars are in the shop. So I figured I'd call in some help. Look at these small fry, at least try and make this fun for us, alright? What? I dare you to say that again. Downey's all kinds of fired up now. Now I think it's time we reintroduce ourselves. We're the Highbloods, team composed exclusively of those who are elites even among the elite. Pleasure. You know, I completely forgot until you said the name, but I heard about the Highbloods a few years back. Heard they were nothing but a bunch of pampered rich kids, kinda like you. You must be referring to our predecessors. So, if you don't recognize that group, that is the, they buy Bond's house from the family in Legend of, Trails from... Or is it? It's Trails to Azure. So, Bond's family lives there in Trails from Zero. That's the western district of Crossbell, I believe, right next to Ellie's house. And then after the whole Gnosis thing, he loses his job, his fortune, so on. They have to live in the east side. The Highbloods move in there, they do all this reckless driving and stuff, and ultimately their car gets impounded. And I think it also lands in a pond too, so there's quite a bit of backstory to this group, just so you know. They apparently disbanded after doing a tour of Crossbell. Now their name is ours. Is there some specific reason behind inheriting their name? Indeed there is. While we don't approve of the way they love drinking, women, and gambling, as former nobility, we identify with how they valued their chosen bloodlines that gave them power and wealth. It is only fitting that we consider ourselves the true Highbloods. Former nobility, eh? Been a while since I heard anyone call themselves that. Yeah, you don't hear that kind of thing around here much. Maybe it's because they're from Oracion. Up until the noble institution was abolished during the Calvardian Revolution, Oracion was the royal capital. Shame that even after decades have gone by, there are still old fossils that can't throw away their elitist bullshit. Makes me wonder if we're going to Oracion in the next chapter. How dare you? Lucio's family line was a great noble house that had the trust of even the royal family. It's fine, it doesn't bother me. Commoners can never hope to understand our noble thoughts. What I cannot forgive, however, is that you people don't know your place. You insist on getting in our way. You're nothing but an eyesore to us on our drives, and that's why we're going to make you leave the capital's streets. You've got a lot of nerve. It's a right you think causing trouble for folks with your reckless driving is a way to have fun. As street racers, how can we hand those streets to you when you lack basic manners or compassion? Just what are you getting yourself all worked up for, commoner? Just look at you and your half-assed custom ride, because you got no mirror to spend. You got no right to talk when you can't even bring out the true worth of your rides. Well damn, you got a big mouth on you for such a little brat. If you know so much about the true worth of our rides, then why don't you teach me? Don't think we're just going to take this sitting down. It's time we settle the score right here, right now. Yeah, get ready, Highbloods. Drivers as reckless as you have got no right to call themselves street racers, so we're making this your last drive. It would appear we have 4 vehicles each, so how about we race one-on-one? When you're ready, we'll leave for the expressway. Don't disappoint us. And so with their street racer pride on the line, the curtain to their fierce battle rose. After confirming the rules of each race one more time, each participant went right to work preparing their vehicles. Okay, let's decide who's going to race who. Think I could go up against the biker on their team? Sure thing, just ride safe, okay? But of course. So who's going to face Lucio? Could you leave him to me? It's my job as leader to get revenge for Downey. I have to. Graham. This race is about you guys. Whatever it is you're thinking, I'm down. That being the case, you said it yourself. If you go as is, you're going to lose. I'm not even talking about your driving technique either. If we're going by spec, it's going to be real tough for you. But, and I hate to say it, my truck could handle his ride. Hell, I can promise you I won't lose. Van. Alright, then Van will be racing Lucio instead. We're already borrowing your skills, we might as well be in it to win it. You got that right, I'll cut that spoiled brat down to size. Then I guess that means we'll handle Lucio's 2 flunkies. If I remember right, they both came here in ETWS sedans. By the way, I've seen that Roger guy up close and personal before. I think I've got a decent idea how he operates. Yeah, I knew I could count on you. Then I'll take on the other guy, Tebow. Great, sounds like we're all squared away. Once we wrap up our fine-tuning, let's hit the road. We're rooting for you guys, go kick some ass. And please don't get hurt. Thanks, you guys. I promise we're gonna beat those Highbloods. With the matchups decided, everyone got in their cars and were off to the races. The first round pitted Junifer against Tebow. Junifer's Lino sedan had the edge in traction due to the love and care she put into tuning it. As the race went on, she slowly but surely narrowed the gap between her and Tebow. However, her vehicle lacked the horsepower required to best a sedan, which boasted a roaring engine that ultimately led him to victory. For the next race, Graham stepped up to the plate, ready and willing to avenge Juniper. Graham's Ingert was a lightning-fast sports car, but Roger's decked-out sedan was no slouch either. It was a close race, with both cars being neck and neck from the start to finish. In the end, Graham's powerful traction allowed him to emerge victorious by a hair's breadth. After that, it was time for the third round to commence. We're at 1-1 right now, so we don't have time, and we don't have this in the bag just yet. But that just makes this all the more exciting. It'll be a cold day in hell before I lose to some pathetic courier lady. Get ready to choke on my dust. You stole my line. Starting line's up ahead, time to get serious. Holy hell, look at her go! Can't even see her anymore. Eat that, loser. Afraid it's a little early to celebrate. That thing's acceleration isn't half bad, but its top speed doesn't hold a candle to my bikes. Specs aren't the only thing that matter in a race, you know? That's when she sucker punches him. Ah, they're actually doing it! On that point, you and I agree. That scumbag just rammed his handlebars against hers. Talk about dangerous. The fact that he pulled it off without losing his balance shows he's no amateur. It's still reckless, though. These guys are freaking crazy. Come on, I dare you to try and overtake me again. If you do, I'll hit your dingy little bike with everything I've got. Aw, what's the matter? Can't keep up? Or is our wimpy-ass courier getting cold feet? There's less than 500 hours until the finish line. Victory's as good as mine. This is the decisive moment. I can slow down, make him think I've given up, and speed past him when he least expects it, or I can rev up right now and punch it. Gotta slow down to bait him. Throwing in the towel already? What a wuss. Just stick to carrying around people's junk in the future. What? Yes, go courier lady. She caught him off guard by speeding past him at the last second. What an incredible strategy. She even had me fooled. That was one hell of a secret weapon. Nice job. Was that a turbocharger? Something along those lines. I was hoping I could win without revealing it, but them's the breaks. Well, I guess I'm next. Go get 'em, Van. Knock the high bloods off their high horses. He really did customize every part of that ATWS car, from the suspension to the spoiler. Must be daft you think you can take me with that little girl's car. You slighted me with your hubris, and I will make you pay for it. There's more cars on the road now. Using the turbocharger would be way too risky. He swerved around those cars like it was nothing. Thankfully, all this traffic is preventing him from hitting his top speed, so I can keep up with him. Can't get too cocky here, though. Might not be on Maxim's level, but he's still a force to be reckoned with. I'd hoped he had a trick up his sleeve like that woman did. I'm so looking forward to making a fool of him. But it's clear he has nothing. What a disappointment. We're approaching the point where the traffic from the Riverside District joins the expressway. This time of day, maybe I could... Looks like he couldn't keep pace with me. How pathetic. Someone forgot to take out yesterday's garbage. Why must there be so many of these infernal trucks on the expressway at night? What? Your lack of knowledge of the area is coming back to haunt you, bud. Damn, he caught up faster than I thought he would. Well, look at that, so you do have a modicum of skill after all. Too bad it's futile. That pile of scrap can't match my car's acceleration and speed. Might be able to secure victory if I use my turbocharger, but it'd be risky. Should I do it? No. No, I can't risk hurting anyone. I will accept no less than an overwhelming victory. He's got a turbocharger. Don't use that here, it's too dangerous. Whoa. So if he'd blow the engine or something. Tried to warn you, dumbass. And that's that. This race goes to us. They did it. You guys are amazing. Yeah, you even surprised us. Seriously, way to go above and beyond. Sometimes things just work out, you know? But we really have Hermes and Van to thank for all this. It was the least I could do after you came to me for help. It was a close shave, but hey, I got to show off a little, so it's all good. So, High Bloods, you're going to keep your promise, right? Curses, how could this have happened? Our machines were tuned to perfection. We were in peak racing condition. I'm sorry, Lucio, if only I'd gone faster. I managed to win this time, but to be honest, I don't know how it'd turn out if we did a round 2. Never thought I'd run to a biker as wild as her. Here I was planning to run circles around her, but she ended up running circles around me instead. Damn, man. You guys. Fine, as promised, we will come nowhere near the capital from this day forward. We will also cover the repair costs for your 2 vehicles. Is this to your satisfaction, commoners? I've got issues with your tone, but yeah, that works. Well, hey, that's pretty generous, actually. Maybe you're not as bad as I thought. Bro, is that all it takes to win you over? They're the reason our cars are all busted up. Well, now that all's said and done, it's time we return to Horacion. However, do not misunderstand, in no way have we recognized that our style of driving is worse than yours. When we next meet, you shall be met with overwhelming defeat. And may you never forget it. Yeah, just you wait and see. Next time I'm gonna blow your socks off. Just what is all that supposed to mean? I guess they won't mess around here for a while, but they'll be back for revenge at some point. Why do they get to decide that? What was the point of this whole deal, then? If only they were more honest with themselves. I'm glad things worked out amongst them. I'm glad things worked themselves out in the end, I guess. Well, it wouldn't have gone half as well if you and Hermes weren't here. There's no way this is the end of it, but for now we've at least chased the high bloods off. Thanks for the help, you two. It's no biggie, I enjoyed myself, so it was worth it. Likewise, I'm happy my orbital bike skills prove useful. And so the battle against the high bloods came to an end, with everyone singing praises for one another's efforts. On the way back, Hermes parted ways with the group, and Graham and his people returned to the repair shop.
That takes care of that. Looks good to me.
Reward deposited.
It's about to warp over here, actually. Losing such a bummer. But it's not all bad. I gotta let loose and drive my heart out. That felt so good. My little baby's the best car in town. Kinda pegged the high bloods as simple assholes, but they ended up surprising me. Infuriating as it was, races with them were always real blood pumping. I'd welcome them back to challenge us again and Edith anytime. I can't just sit on the sidelines after seeing a wild race like that. Damn it, gotta get my sweet ride back in business so we can get back on the road. I was at the edge of my seat that whole race. I get how you feel now, Downey. Need to catch up. I'll be pulling off tricks like that one day. Just gotta keep practicing. I heard they had quite the joyride out there. Should have told them to go easier on the gas. It's all fun and games till the cops show up. But oh well, ain't gonna go rain on their parade. Let them rip. Let them rip, I say. So, next order of business are the connection events. We're just gonna knock this one out. I should have read it, actually. Van ahead to the meetup location indicated by the mail. Van, over here. My thanks for coming out here. It's been a few hours, yes. Thank you for answering my call. Why are you hiding there? I know you're good with arts and everything, but don't you have your right hand with you, or even just one bodyguard? As I wrote you, I managed to lose them for a moment. Shall we be off then? Let us share the night as men, savoring all the dazzling delights of Edith's nightlife. Already kinda regretting this. 30 minutes prior. Calvert's film culture is truly impressive. Big studio or small, they all manage to release some rather fine pieces of cinema. That ordinary members of the public have places like this that they can visit to enjoy such works is also wonderful. We really must work to further their spread into Elsheim, wouldn't you agree, Najee? Yes, our time at the film festival really heightened my appreciation for movies. Well then, now to decide our next destination. Any ideas? Shouldn't we call it an evening, Your Highness? You have meetings with other Calvardian businesses scheduled for tomorrow and beyond, after all. I suppose you're right. Very well, let's return to our hotel. As you wish. I'll have them send the car to... What is it? What? There's been a collision along our route back. Give me the details. I need to know exactly what's going on. We can't risk exposing His Highness to any potential danger, no matter how slight. A-Team. Go to the scene and report what you find. B-Team, search for any viable substitute routes we can take if necessary. You sure it was okay for you to slip out like that? I guess that's up to you, isn't it? Given the situation, if by some off chance something were to happen to me, I dare say the obvious person to hold responsible would be... Scratch that, I don't just kind of regret this. I want to erase all evidence that this ever happened and then book it out of here. No, don't be like that. There's no one better to fulfill this role than you. Think of this as a symbol of my trust. Fine, where do you want to go anyway? Excellent, you're everything I'd hoped for, Van. I've marked a few places I was hoping to visit. The one closest by would be... Excellent. So this is the rock and roll that's been so popular lately. I dare say the fervor of this music could even sweep me away. We can get closer to the stage. Then let us do so. Hey man, that's a wild get-up. This your first time at a live show? Come on man, get into the rhythm. Just match the energy and go wild. Go wild. So like this. Every one of them government suits around these parts think they're so... There's something else, huh? We run the country, they say. Bunch of BS, what it is. You're right, yes, though I should say that applies to more than just government. The hierarchy breeds haves and have-nots, and this zeitgeist of noblesse oblige instills some sense of duty among the upper class. They're missing some accent marks there. What's that? Look at Fancy Pants here, talking like he knows everything. Why don't you go back to looking down on us peasants from your penthouse, or... He's harmless, man. Give him a break. I'll treat you two around if you look the other way for me. Now there's a guy who knows what's up. Well, this isn't going as smoothly as I'd hoped. Van Cherie toured some more entertainment venues before heading for the bathhouse to wash off all the sweat and secondhand booze. This is great. These baths have a different feel to them compared to your average hammam. They're the best place I know for when you need a pick-me-up. Can only imagine what it must be like, talking with a big boss. Indeed, I can't go into detail about what we discussed, of course, but one might certainly describe our meeting as taxing, to say the least. I will say for a man so powerful he was fairly candid, somewhat anticlimactic, really. But I suppose that's what it takes to win such broad support amongst the public after the distrust garnered following the war and the economic crisis. He's a force to be reckoned with, that's for damn sure. I know he's up to something with Renee. Between you and me, I believe my sister would have done a far better job navigating that conversation than I did. I forgot you had a sister. Isn't she a fair bit younger than you? That's right, though her age belies her intellect. Her mind is quite sharp, unfortunately her tongue is far sharper. She always feels the need to get a word in edgewise, under the pretext of supporting me as heir to Elsheim's throne. She and my father, the Grand Prince, both have lofty expectations for me. I hope that, when the time comes, I'll be able to meet them. Sounds pretty rough. You got a lot riding on your shoulders. You're not wrong. I wish to broaden my horizons also I can make Elsheim a nation capable of staying on par with Zemuria's great powers. That's why I decided to come to the Republic. I wanted to study and take in as much as I could. That was the plan anyway. Despite that, all I did at first was indulge night after night. Not that I didn't enjoy that, mind you. But that free time just left me thinking, what would he say if he were here? What would he do if he was in my shoes? He? Who are you? Oh, you mean that wandering bard, yeah? Clausel knows him. She told me a little about him while we were in Tharbad. He's quite the guy. I caught wind of a lot of what he got up to through work 2 years ago. The very same. He traveled the continent from a young age, advocating for harmony between nations. I had the pleasure of meeting him once before. He came to visit Elsheim, and I saw firsthand what kind of man he really was. Quite the charmer he is. Was long before I held him in the highest esteem. And that's what I've been chasing this whole time, following his example, growing and bettering myself for that goal. I fear, however, that I can never measure up to him. He's special in his own right, and I worry I'll never reach the pedestal I put him on. Feels as though I'm following after a mirage in the desert, so tantalizing yet forever just out of my reach. Huh. No offense, that kind of caught me off guard. Didn't realize you had such deep thoughts. Not like I want to tell you what to do or anything, but it looks to me like you gotta start living your own life. My own life? Elaborate. At the end of the day, you gotta strive for something more than just being a copycat. You can't always live in a shadow. You're the only one that can choose how to live your life. So what if you get a little lost in that desert? It's not all sand. An oasis will pop up here and there for you to rest when you're weary. And you know how I'm so sure? Because there are suckers like me who choose to be a Spriggan. Now that's a dark and uncertain path. But what I'm trying to get at is that there's not just one way to live a life or achieve a goal. Everyone has their own compass. But what do I know, really? I'm just an outcast, so maybe don't put too much stock in what I say. On the contrary, my friend, what you said has done a lot to put my mind and heart at ease. I never thought I'd be taking life lessons from the likes of you. Seems you perhaps lived a richer life than I first thought. Richer is one way of putting it. Don't know if I agree, though. I'm just a handyman who's been in the business for a while now. Did you have a nice bath, Your Highness? I've come to pick you up. Well, you finally found me, Najee, or knowing you probably didn't even lose me in the first place. I'm leaning towards the latter. I definitely found it strange you somehow managed to shake off Zemuria's most fearsome bodyguard. I'll take that as a compliment. Had been anyone else but you, I wouldn't have allowed him to remain alone. As long as His Highness had a fruitful night out, I suppose it was worth the trouble. There you go, always a step ahead of me. Thank you, Van. I learned a lot during our rendezvous this evening. I feel as though I've peered a little more into those unknowable depths of yours. I pray you find great success with your assignment in Basel, not only as a client who's retained your services, but as a friend who has bared much to you now, literally and figuratively. Thanks, Your Highness. I promise we'll do what we can to deliver your results. This hasn't been such a bad night after all.
One of these days, you'll have to come to Elsai. My sister and I would gladly welcome you.
Sun lamp acquired. Oh, we're gonna be able to hit rank 4 here, I think. Equip. Not too shabby, actually. Wrong thing. So, yeah, that just beats the crap out of the pendulum. Like, I don't need the stats protection because of the Grail Ring. And then, there was something else I was looking to do while I was here. What was it? I'm drawing a blank. Hey, we got max bonds. I just want to see if there... yeah, I was about to say, what's the next tier? Oh well.
Planner launched.
So I think that's speed +5 for just her. Oh, right. Prince retreats the capital and got in touch with me out of nowhere. He literally just saw each other, but whatever. He wants me to accompany him on something. Just hope it's nothing headache-inducing. There's a street musician that's quickly become the talk of the town over at the harbor. Rumor has it they'll be playing over by the station tonight. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious, so maybe I'll drop by if I have time. Van made his way over to the station to see a street musician performance. I can see why people have been raving about her. She's pretty damn good. Is that Nina? Wait, she looks kind of familiar. Yes, that is.
Everyone. I love you. I hope we meet again.
You were great today. I can't wait to hear your next song. I'll be back again for sure. Sorry, but I'm done for today. Just here to say I liked your performance. Ever thought of putting a single out? It'd sell like hotcakes for sure. Thanks for the vote of confidence. However, there's no shortage of capable artists out there who can write and perform at my level. The music industry is hard to break into. It's definitely true for no-name artists. But you and I both know your songs would take the world by storm if you used your real name. Let's continue this conversation elsewhere, shall we? I'm surprised you saw through my disguise. I even changed the tone of my voice. How'd you know it was me? Mostly came down to luck. I wasn't 100% sure myself. If I only knew you from your movies, you'd have had me fooled for sure. But I've seen you up close and personal several times at this point. Need to get my act together. I've never been found out before now, so maybe I was getting a little careless. So you like doing stuff like this? I do. I enjoy going out in disguise from time to time. It makes for good practice as well. When I'm on a set, everyone knows I'm playing a part. But when I'm out in the wild, I can take on any role I want, and no one will know I'm acting. It's made for a fun little hobby. So you're acting on the clock and in your downtime. Damn, talking about being dedicated to your craft. I suppose I can't just get enough of it. Although it mostly stems from a complex I've had since I was a child. I don't exactly have a distinct self. Perhaps that's why I've always wanted to act like someone else, and why I ultimately gravitated to acting. Or maybe I just wanted something that helped me avert my eyes from that uncomfortable truth. My motivation for choosing this career path is purely selfish. I'm sure my fans would be let down if they knew. I wouldn't call that selfish. It's normal to want to change something you don't like about yourself. You think so? I know so. That said, your hobby's only going to get harder the higher up you get on the ladder of fame. But I doubt you need me to tell you that. Yes, I know that all too well. The risk of me getting recognized will only grow as I get more famous. But the mounting challenge will only serve to make success all the more sweet. All that talk about you not having a distinct self was a big fat lie. What do you... You said it yourself, the challenge makes success all the more sweet. Those are the words of someone who gets fired up when the odds are stacked against them. That's a pretty unique quality, and it's one that no one I know has. Yeah, I did read that correctly. It's not half as unique as your willingness to turn people's words against them. Hey, I'm just trying to help a friend believe in themselves a little. Oh, I know. I'm only teasing you a little. Really, though, thank you. I feel better about this now. Glad to help. By the way, notice her hat. Anyway, please don't tell anyone about this hobby of mine. I'd like it to be our special little secret. Sure thing. She really knows how to knock you off your feet. Guess she is an award-winning actress for nothing. I think her shirt says no play, no life. After Nina departed, Van resumed his patrol once more. And if you didn't see the hat, it said disguise.
Next?
Aw, man.
See if you can spot me next time.
150. 3 decks for Van. I think that helps his accuracy, which I sorely need.
Ladder launched.
So yeah, let's finish off Yume. Hope you're ready, Van. I'm not going to go easy on you. Someone's eager to learn. I'm impressed you want to try it. It's pretty tricky for a kid your age. That's okay, I've watched Grandpa play before. It always looks fun. Figured he might have had something to do with it. I've seen him playing with his buddies before. Why not ask him to teach you instead of me? I'm sure he'd be really happy to do so. Don't worry about it. And I want to play with you, Van. Alright, if that's what you want, we can go around. With that, Van and Yume started playing. Just the act of teaching Yume how to move the pieces was a struggle in and of itself, let alone all the other rules and complexities in chess. She'd flick her pieces at his to knock them down one moment, and the next she'd be trying to use already captured pieces as her own. But Van's patience never wavered. He gently and slowly continued teaching Yume the rules behind chess in an easy-to-digest way. Is that how you're going to play? Yep, my house, my rules. My mistake, Your Highness. Well, as long as she's having fun. Little by little, Yume finally began to grasp the rules. Her tendency to make a move guided just by intuition made her very unpredictable. Your turn, Yumes. Who's next? Haven't been playing for long, but her instincts are real sharp already. No hesitation when making a play either. Guess she's still a kid. She's good at catching me off guard. I know, how about this? Take that. Your turn, Van. Whoa, that's a really good play there, kiddo. Keep this up and you might end up going pro when you're older. Maybe. I'm just glad you're having fun. Are you not having fun too? I am. I'm having lots of fun. And it's because you are, Van. You've been so happy lately. You're always smiling now that Anya's and Fairy and Aaron and Rosette are here. What? Was I not happy before that? You ain't wrong, kid. Not a lot to be happy about back when I just started. Just a bunch of shady jobs. Just seeing the worst in people. I thought I knew what I was getting into, but spend too long surrounded by nothing but darkness and you eventually go blind. I don't think I can thank you enough, kiddo. That bright smile of yours was like a lifeline for me, even when everything else in my life was grim. If only you knew how special you are. No wonder your granddad's so crazy about you. Hey, are you listening to me? It's your turn, Van, come on. Sorry, Yumes. Okay, my next move is... Hey, you punk! Don't you think it's about time I had my granddaughter back? It's getting late. Crap, I lost track of time. Sorry, kid, we'll have to finish our match another day. Aw, but I want to keep playing. But okay, I had fun. Look, Grandpa, look, I learned how to play chess. Now we can play together. Yume. Ah, that's why she wanted me to teach her. On second thought, I may have been... Backpedal faster, dude. On second thought, I may have been too strict. You can keep playing with our... Victor is definitely one of my favorite characters here. You can keep playing with our good-for-nothing neighbor. Just make sure you don't go to bed too late. Really? Yep, you earned it for making your little grandpa so proud. Just promise not to keep your mom waiting or she might get mad. I promise. You are such a sucker for Yumes. Can't imagine there's much you wouldn't do for her. No one asked you. Let's split into teams. Me and Grandpa against you, Van. 2-on-1. Well, that ain't fair, but I'm in. If I get to play your granddad, that means I don't have to hold back, and... I don't think so. I don't think so. Only one of us gets to look good in front of Yume, and I'm certain you understand who it'll be. The three of them kept playing deep into the night until an exasperated Paulette finally came to check on them.
More! Teach me more! I can't wait to play!
A family called Montmartre, 100 HP. Unrivaled connection unlocked. 10 strength, neat. Leader of Hope. So yeah, I don't know if there's a way to actually look at those. Just see what we're at otherwise. Because it shouldn't be too hard to get Van maxed. It'll probably be something we can do next chapter. But otherwise, that is it, folks. There's probably going to be like a night scene, but I'll probably put it as part of the next video because this is going on for an hour and a half, and even I'm getting a little worn out. So I'll see you guys next time when we actually head off to our destination to start the project. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.